This is the NCAA Men's Soccer Championship third round. 15th seeded NC State and UNCG meeting on a rainy night here in Raleigh. The winner on to the quarterfinals. Let's take a look at this side of the bracket. Georgetown has already advanced over High Point, and they await the winner of this match here in Raleigh. And we welcome you to the Dail Soccer Stadium. Andrew Sanders alongside Brad Sweeney. It's third round action. It's win or go home here in the postseason.
It's win or go home. Both teams have done really well to get this far into the tournament, and both have had really good seasons, so it should be a great game to watch tonight. It's
been a unique path for UNCG here to the third round. They've advanced on penalties, the princes of penalties, in both first round against Elon. It was 0-0, and then 2-2 last time out. They beat the number 2 national seed Virginia, which is the highest ranked win that they have ever had in program history, an upset that has led them here to Raleigh. And unique in that they played Elon in the regular season, drew with the Phoenix. They played Virginia in the regular season and drew with the Wahoos. They also played NC State here in the regular season at the Dail Soccer Stadium, and that was a draw as well. 1-1 was the score in that, so they look to repeat their good fortune. Meanwhile, for NC State, got a first round bye. Second round, Brad, they got off to a flying start 2 minutes in on a Donovan Phillip goal.
Yeah, I mean, they got off to a perfect start, scored within the first minute and in the first half, and also scored straight away in the second half as well. So NC State looked really comfortable in that game against Marshall.
This is a matchup of two top 10 scoring teams on the year. Kickoff is next here on ESPN+. NCG, they met night before Halloween. Scoreless in the second half until this beautiful strike from Enzo Davilo. It was a SportsCenter top 10 play, deservingly so. That put the Spartans in front, but then a handball in the box led to this Drew Lovelace penalty, and nothing separated the top 20 matchup towards the end of October. The 4-3-3 for head coach Chris Rich, and Davilo with 10 goals on the season, a playmaker with 8 assists as well. And Seth Wilson in goal. He's played every minute this year. Meanwhile, for NC State, in the 4-4-2 diamond for second-year head coach Mark Hubbard, Riley Maloney. He had the assist on the corner to Donovan Phillip to get the back started against Marshall, and then scored the Olympico in the second half. There's the ACC goalkeeper of the year, Logan Erb. Wilson coming off a career best 10 saves against UVA last time out to advance to the third round. He also had a career best 10 saves on October 30th here against NC State. The Wolfpack in the home white. And the blue and gold of the Spartans. Justin McLean, the midfielder, plays it along to Caleb Tommy. All ACC third team member. Beautiful moves into the box. Tommy still moving with it, and it's cleared on the ground all the way through to Nico Markovic. Take Healy, closed down quickly by Magnus Kohler. Well, Brad, NC State didn't waste any time last time out in their first NCAA tournament game. Remember, they had a first round bye and immediately putting some pressure on the Spartans.
Yeah, positive start, and this is something that they'll be looking to do throughout this game, these set pieces, these long throw-ins.
Isaac Heffis with the long throw, puts it on the head of Donovan Phillip, and it does not bother Seth Wilson, but that is something that the Spartans will have to be aware of all night. Both the long throw of Heffis and that man, number 7, Donovan Phillip, 16 goals on the year. Tevelosek left back, plays it long for Steven Hernandez. Herb comes out, but the onside flag was up. There's head coach Chris Rich, third NCAA tournament appearance, and yes, already went further than this back in 2022 to the national quarterfinals. We asked him about that experience. He said, you know, great fond memories, and there were a handful of guys that were freshmen on that team that are still around, but for the most part, it's an entirely new squad, and this is a new journey for his team.
Yeah, a new journey, and I think, you know, they can just be proud of the season they've had and look to build on that tonight. I think, you know, the game against Virginia, arguably the biggest upset of the tournament so far. Won that game on penalties, and then, you know, beating Elon in the first round as well. They're starting with two tough games, and to get past them both to play against NC State tonight, you know, they've already had a great season.
Well, the Spartans side certainly battle-tested. They faced 9 teams ranked in the top 100 in the RPI. That includes, of course, NC State back in late October. Finished third in the SoCon regular season, lost in the SoCon championship game 1-0 to Furman, but well, that one stung, and it might have cost them a national seed. They get the at-large bid, and really speaks to, again, the caliber of the program and how battle-tested they were to not just play good teams, tournament teams like Elon and Virginia and NC State, but got results against all 3 in the regular season, already able to move past both the Phoenix and the Cavaliers. Coach Rich saying the resiliency of his squad in the last month has been really impressive. Tay Keeley, the creator in midfield, first team all ACC member. Good work from Daniel Longo to win it. Issa Haruna pushed down by Markovic, and that'll be a foul. There's Mark Hubbard, second year at NC State. Back-to-back round of 16 appearances. But NC State has not been to the quarterfinals since 1992, and the goal is always go further than you did the year before. This is the next step for this program if they can get a win tonight against UNCG. Long ball, Haruna got the scoring started at Virginia, scored in the 5th minute. Almost got on the end of that. Brad, how does the mentality change for you as a player when you get into a win or go home type of situation in the postseason? Or do you try to keep things the same and not put too much pressure on yourself?
I mean, just given the nature of the game, obviously you got to think about the game a little bit more, and there's that little extra pressure. But I think when you actually get out there, nothing really changed. Maybe the intensity steps up a little bit. You're always playing against tougher opponents as well. The further you go, and especially in the postseason, you know, there's no game's an easy game. So, you know, that extra little bit of pressure, but the games are so much more intense as well.
That one mistake could end your season, and in some cases, plenty of seniors on the field tonight, veterans, could be the end of a great college career. Heffes probing forward, well weighted to the feet of Tommy. Caleb Tommy. Boy, initial great move, a little heavy touch. Tracked down by Lovelace. In the first meeting, it was 1-1. Just a moment of brilliance from Davilo. NC State controlled most of that match. Good ball to Lovelace. He squares it. 1-0. Another fast start for the Wolfpack. Tay Keeley. We're talking about the seniors.
Yeah, and this is just what take Healy is all about, but we're seeing the first 5 minutes here. Everything for NC State has been down this right-hand side with Tommy. It's a great pass from Tommy just to find Lovelace running in behind, and it's a great putback there from Lovelace, but that's what take Healy is all about. It's just arriving in the right place, right time, and his step, we've been waiting to see him a little bit more, for NC State as the season's gone on, but now he's just stepped up big time for NC State.
Caleb Tommy, Drew Lovelace, Take Healy, all seniors. And they combine for a 6th-minute goal as NC State once again sets the tone. Off to another dream start. Tyler Caton picks it up in midfield. This is Ibrahim Kande. Playing alongside Phillip, he'll rip a shot. Deflection comes, clever back heel. Some patience from the Wolfpack. Lovelace will try the other side. Hernandez doing the work defensively to intercept.
But this is what NC State have been doing all season. You're constantly finding Tommy and Maloney on the left-hand side as well, but starting with Tommy, especially the opening 5-6 minutes for NC State, he's just had 3 or 4 good looks on the right-hand side, but you're constantly finding Lovelace and the runners in behind, and Healy is just there in that 10 position, just looking for any of those cutbacks or second balls, just trying to get a shot off. That's what NC State are all about, and that's what Healy's all about as well.
It wasn't until late in the match in the first meeting when NC State finally got one past Wilson, and that was off the PK. Again, he made 10 saves, a career best. And he has really been in form here down the stretch. Heffis wins it. And it'll be a Wolfpack throw, and this is where Isaac Heffis will step up off of Mohamed Samaila, the center back. Wilson, just 6 goals allowed in his last 11 matches. NC State gets one past him 6 minutes into this one. And now testing again, the long throw.
Couple of shots for handball there.
A couple of shouts, no true protest. Let's take another look.
I think it was more the fans behind the goal.
Well,
yeah, didn't look like anything, but that's what the long throws for NC State can cause. Just those awkward bounces, just cause trouble anytime NC State get in that position.
And the press of NC State maybe leading to something. Phillip to Healy. Another squared ball just behind Lovelace. What a rip. Riley Maloney not shy.
Yeah, almost carbon copy of the goal there. NC State just winning possession, finding runners in behind, cutbacks. Good strike from Maloney, but he was always going to go high.
Maloney on the All-ACC freshman team getting his first bit of postseason. And again, a goal and an assist in the 2-0 win over Marshall. And he has been a quality set-piece taker, 8 assists on the year, and that, of course, was on the forefront of Coach Rich's mind coming into this match after NC State scored on a couple of corners against Marshall. And that was the difference in the match, obviously, in the 2-0 win.
Yeah, I think Greensboro just needs to settle into the game. I think NC State, especially Tommy down this right-hand side, just causing all sorts of problems.
The dummy leaves it for Kande, who gets a clean strike on it, sails it high. Everything down this near sideline leading to quality opportunities.
Yeah, they're knocking on the door for the second goal. But if it's not Tommy, it's Lovelace. But another good effort for NC State. They just need to, try and find the target in those positions there. But yeah, especially down this right-hand side, Tommy's just having a great start to the game. This opening 10 minutes.
So Teva Losek, who's on the ball now for UNCG, he has been busy. Looking to change some momentum, maybe take some of the defensive pressure off himself by a long run forward, and now he has to get back as NC State wins it quickly. Both teams playing with a lot of confidence, and why not? You're in the NCAA third round. And NC State has come out buzzing. Spartans enjoying a little bit of time on the ball. Been on the back foot for this entire match, it seems, thus far.
Yeah, and this is where they can just start to settle into the game a little bit. Just take a breather, make a couple of passes.
Lovelace playing in his final home match. Of course, if NC State were to win tonight and go to Georgetown and win, which it should be noted they did last year, 2-0 in the second round, they would essentially have a home game, College Cup, right down the road in Cary. This is Longo, the captain. NC State putting numbers behind the ball, committed to the defensive side, up 1-0. Of course, UNCG's thinking the same thing. If they can make it to the College Cup, be a de facto home game for them too. Just a little further away, about an hour and a half from Cary. Isa Haruna lays it off. Took a deflection. It'll be a goal kick, though. Off of a Spartan. A shot from Kohler.
Yeah, but this is where Greensboro can get back into the game, just finding their best attacking players that can cause NC State some problems.
Enzo Davilo, we showed you at the start of the show just what he's capable of. Ten goals, 8 assists. Quite a pairing with Arnaud Teteva.
Yeah, and it's
UNCG with 2 players with double-digit goals.
Yeah, and it's just moments like that that can just change the momentum in the game,
sure,
change your mentality in the game. You know, after a rocky start, Greensboro, but good chance there from Davilo, just beating Maloney on the right-hand side. And that can give UNC-Greensboro a little bit of confidence to get back into the game.
Teteva loses the ball. Again, it's a matchup of 2 top 10 offenses. UNCG, 6th in the country, 45 goals on the year. NC State came in at 10th in the country at 42, now 43. So while both of these sides have quality goalkeepers and are certainly capable of playing high-level defense, they can score. They can score. And a 1-goal deficit, no reason to panic for the Spartans here, 15 minutes in.
Yeah, and I just think the first 15 minutes, NC State have done a better job just finding their attacking players. You know, obviously both teams have got great attacking players, but NC State have just done a better job just finding those players and causing UNC-Greensboro some problems.
It's a rowdy crowd here. A rematch, in-state rematch. Good contingent of Spartan fans here on the road, and especially considering it's cold, Brett. And while the rain has stopped for a moment now, it's a cold, wet, rainy night. And many fans here have braved it. Get down to the upper 40s by the time we're done tonight. Tough if you're a spectator. If you're a player, you don't mind these conditions, right?
No, definitely tough as a fan watching. But for players playing, you know, the pitch is wet. It's not too wet. The rain isn't too heavy. You know, it's perfect conditions, especially, you know, late November. You know, it's great conditions to play.
Yeah, we were out on the pitch earlier. It's in great shape, as it always is here in Raleigh. Hefes lofts it for Healy, who went for the spectacular. No foul called here, just last touch by Longo.
Yeah, Healy was just trying to get his body in front, but it's good defending. He might have caught him slightly there, but wasn't too much in it.
There's the contingent from UNCG. And the Red Terrors, the supporters section for NC State. Oh, Hernandez gets by 2 and nearly had the counter. Now Donovan testing this near side.
Yeah, good play there from Phillip, just holding the ball. But, you know, we talked about it in the last game as well. 2 of NC State's most important players in possession are the 2 centre-backs. I think Hefes and Markovic just do such a good job just, you know, stepping the game up for NC State. You know, they're so comfortable on the ball.
Issa Haruna the foul. You see that rain that had stopped momentarily. Right back. Haruna has really been a revelation, and was last year as the SoCon Freshman of the Year, with a goal and an assist to match Maloney in the second round. Was named second team all SoCon this year. Maloney booms it for Donovan Phillip with a head to it, to the back post, and out of the range of Lovelace and company. Donovan Phillip, great story, junior from St. Lucia. First year he spent at Oakland, where he scored 5 times and had 7 assists. He was the Horizon League Freshman of the Year and a second-team freshman All-American. Then he came to Raleigh last year. 6 more goals, 4 assists. Was a great pairing up top with Hakeem Karamoko, who was drafted. And Phillip was drafted as well, but said he had more growth to do, wanted to come back and do something special with his team. Haruna forces a good save out of Logan Erb. He had not been called upon until that moment.
Yeah, good save from Erb, but you can see the confidence growing for UNC-Greensboro. great effort there from Haruna.
A precise shot leads to a corner. They'll go short into the feet of Haruna. And a swing and a miss from Caleb Tommy, but there's some coverage. Hefes on the spot. Else Davilo would have been in on goal.
Yeah, that was somewhat of a missed opportunity there for UNC-Greensboro with that corner. It was 3 against 1 with Tommy. Haruna just slightly misplaced his pass, but it still caused NC State some problems there with Tommy. But 3 against 1 on that, on the corner, still a good opportunity for Greensboro.
Maybe some nerves in a postseason match.
Yeah. But this is where Markovic and Hefes really stepped the game up for NC State. They're comfortable dealing with the pressure, stepping into the midfield like you can see here with Hefes.
A good switch. Everything has been so heavy on this near side, and Hefes was able to pick out Healy. Good tackle. Semi Lashikar dealing with the danger. Conde using his physicality. Tetova's been quiet so far. 4 goals in the SoCon tournament, 3 against VMI. Mentioned the 2 double-digit goal scorers. NC State hasn't been a one-man show, but Donovan Phillip at times has carried them offensively. Spent the majority of the year as the nation's top goal scorer. But the Spartans with 2 above double figures for the first time since 2006. Lays down, and we play on. Dimitar Shabdarov, our referee tonight. Benjamin Mast and Marcus Moss, the ARs. Here is Teteva. And a foul given. Had Markovic on his hip, and the ACC Defensive Player of the Year commits a foul in a dangerous position.
Yeah, Teteva just does really well initially to win the ball back, but Markovic just caught in possession there and just trying to make up for his mistake, trying to recover, but dangerous position now for UNC-Greensboro.
A veteran move, because you see that arm extended, and I don't think there was a lot of contact there, but Teteva felt that and earns this free kick. And there's the trio of attackers, Davilo, Teteva, and Hernandez. That trio has scored 28 goals this year, 28 of the 45. The top 10 scoring offense.
You got to think it's the 14, Davilo lining up on his left foot.
It is Davilo. And a save made by Logan Erb. Erb had to make just 1 save the first time these two sides met. There was nothing he could do about that SportsCenter top 10 strike from Dail back in late October. He does get 2 hands and a firm save here. Spartans working their way into this match. NC State content to stay compact.
You can just feel UNC-Greensboro just moving the ball a lot better this past, especially the last 10 minutes.
Samila tries the long ball into the hands of Herb. A 6-minute goal from Tay Keeley got this started. It was all Wolfpack in the first 10 or so minutes. Since then, UNCG starting to settle. That nearly got behind Wilson on the deflection. And on a rainy night, again, the pitch is in good condition, but it's going to be a little slick. Anything on the ground might take a skip. Good work from Tyler Caton in the midfield. Good ball by Lovelace, and McLean puts it at Wilson. Best attack for NC State since that 10-minute stretch to start. If you're just joining us, that was what it looked like. A lot of those types of chances. Ball still in. Some of the UNCG players had thought it had gone out. It's all the way to the NC State forwards, and Phillip wins a throw. Might as well be a corner with Isaac Heffes. Here's a look at the last.
Coming from Lovelace again, he's been heavily involved in the opening, of course, half an hour, but especially the first goal.
First subs made for either side. Conde out, along with McLean. Carlos Santamaria coming in, and Aiden Payne. And Drew Lovelace heavily involved. He's made 13 starts this year, including the last 8. And his scoring has picked up too. He's scored 4 times on the year, 3 from the penalty spot, including what ended up being the equalizer in the 84th minute against these Spartans of UNCG. Santamaria's first touch, 6-year midfielder. Good ball to the feet of Phillip. And Wilson off the deflection puts it out for a corner.
Again, down his right-hand side this time. Santamaria just got plenty of space to drive into, but finding Phillip, who does really well, takes the turn. Got deflection on that shot. Wilson does really well just to deal with it. But again, a lot of NC State success coming down this right-hand side.
That's a great look. And Wilson saved to keep it 1-0. Maloney scored from the corner spot last match. Plays back post. Markovic and Hernandez collide. Hernandez comes away with it. Trying to release some of the pressure. Healy plays it first time. Kohler intercepts. Good tackle by Maloney. The other corner. Maloney will take him from the near side. Caton will take him from the far side. This is what UNCG was so worried about. NC State from the set piece. Coach Rich said they might be the best set piece team that he's seen.
Yeah, 2 of their last goals against Marshall both came from corner kicks.
And they average more than 7 corner kicks per match, so it's something that you have to continually deal with. Caton with the in-swinging corner to the back post. Flicked up, still in danger. And Wilson will take it. Davilo's pressure leads to a giveaway, and this will relieve all of that pressure. Spartans can get forward. Maloney spoke post-game as the player of the game about the importance of getting that second goal. That's what NC State is searching for. They've had some half chances, but as long as this stays 1-0, Spartans in a good spot. We've seen Heffis come forward 4 or 5 times like that this match already.
Yeah, he's comfortable just stepping into the midfield. Just driving in, dribbling in. But again, that's why him and Markovic are so important. Him, Markovic, Caton, you know, especially building out from the back there. They're so comfortable on the ball.
He can go forward, he can play back like that. And Markovic was named the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. But that pairing of Markovic and Heffis is probably tops in the country.
Yeah, no, it's great. They've had 2 full seasons together. Markovic, obviously ACC Defender of the Year. He's had individually a great season.
The strength from Aiden Payne gives Healy a chance. Overhits it. Despite the rain and the cold, the crowd here in Raleigh, tremendous for this 3rd round matchup. Just a little out of Heffes's range. He'll go short. Look at the position of Phillip. It is a corner. I mean, providing a target, Brad, but this deep in the box.
Yeah. No, they've been able to do that quite a lot in NC State, whether they're finding Lovelace, whether they're finding Healy or Santa Maria in the middle. But if they're not finding them, they can find Phillip, who's holding up the play with his back against goal. You know, so just another threat for NC State that they have.
Maloney's corner. Headed away. Once, twice by Lashikar. NC State just smothering the counter opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about NC State, being, so good at set pieces, but, so far UNC-Greensboro defending them really well.
Well, so here's how we got to the 1-0 scoreline. Lovelace puts it on a platter for Take Healy.
Yeah, it's a really well-worked goal for NC State. Obviously, Healy finding the goal there, just timing his run perfectly, but just a build-up for that goal. Lovelace running behind Tommy, just finding him. It was just a really well-worked goal.
UNCG making a couple of substitutions. Colton Sessoms and Pablo Torre. And we haven't seen a ton of the Spartans press, but this is regular sub for them. Their forwards do so much work. Sessoms having to track back here and try to get Caleb Tommy. That was a cross, but it led Wilson diving after it. Nobody there on the back end.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, ever since the first goal for NC State, the only goal obviously, but UNC-Greensboro just figured out their press. Tommy was having so much success down this right-hand side in the first 5-6 minutes. They've just started defending really well, but you just saw there that opportunity. Just let him go there, gave him a little bit too much time and space that high up in the field. I think it was the sub that came on as well, Sessoms. That's just something that he'll need to figure out. You're playing on that left-hand side.
The winner of this match tonight advances to play at Georgetown. See the vision there of Heffes, just out of the reach of Tommy.
Yeah, again, just looking for Tommy. That right back, but really displays as that right-hand side attacking option for NC State. He's so dangerous when he gets high and wide and just goes at the defenders.
Whistling a foul on NC State. Quick restart for the Spartans. We whistled back. Phillip circles. Georgetown has already advanced. We'll play the winner, Maryland, Portland, Furman, also into the quarterfinals. Again, NC State finds a channel up this near sideline, and again, NC State will head to the corner flag. Akron has also advanced over Duke. It's Phillip. He got on top of that header, spiked it down.
Yeah, good deep ball in from Maloney. Difficult header there. Phillip does well to get up and win it.
Almost hit the top corner on the bounce. Steve Francesco will come in, as will Tomas Lamai. Both Phillip and Lovelace very productive. Space here. UNCG looking for a late goal here in this first half. They got one from Pablo Torre in Charlottesville last week. At halftime, we'll hear from NC State head coach Mark Hubbard going into the locker room. We'll hear from Coach Rich coming out of the halftime break. Get their thoughts on the first half. Brad, what have you thought of this first half so far?
I think it's been a good battle. NC State obviously got off to a great start. Goal within 6 minutes, but they were on top for the first 15 minutes, and then you saw Greensboro just growing into the game, had a good spell there in the middle, had a good 10 minutes, but NC State just kind of regained that momentum here towards the end, created some more opportunities down this right-hand side. But I think that's been the main talking point in this game, is just what's been happening down this right-hand side for NC State. Left-hand side for Greensboro is just Tommy just causing all sorts of problems and finding Lovelace, and that's where the goal came from. But majority, if not all, of NC State's great attacking opportunities came down this right-hand side.
Memphis steps into the long throw. Longo with a head to it and a push called against the Wolfpack.
I'm actually not sure what the foul was there, but it was given.
Must have happened off frame, because there wasn't anything, at least in that picture. Both teams trying to press with their forwards. What have you thought of NC State's press tonight? It seems like at times they've given the Spartans some trouble. It's led to some chances.
Yeah, no, they've been pressing really well. And I think when UNC-Greensboro have beaten the press, they've had good opportunities, like here, and got in NC State's half.
Torre carries it over the sideline. Last touched by UNCG. Sigrid Eiknes Sabros, the freshman from Norway.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So that brings the first half to a close. 1-0 NC State on the 6th-minute goal from Taig Healy. And the home fans enjoying the first 45. Well, we've got NC State head coach Mark Hubbard joining us. Coach, thank you as always. Another match and another fast start. What did you think of the start from your side?
Yeah, good start. Good to get a goal. Then we started to fall into like just settling in and not continuing to press, and then giving them a little bit more possession. So got to do a better job after defending for longer spurts of keeping the ball in those transitional moments. We're having plenty of opportunities to get that stuff on goal. Long throws and corner kicks. Need to do a better job of delivering there, because the next goal is important.
Yeah, Coach, you're having a lot of success down this right-hand side, especially with Tommy. How pleased are you with this right-hand side especially?
Yeah, he's doing well. Mixing it up in terms of cutting inside, driving byline. Sometimes I think we're complicating it a little bit with our center backs. So we just got to simplify it a little bit more there, but definitely need to continue to get around him in wide spots and get those crosses in.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Hubbard back in the NCAA tournament, back in the 3rd round. His Wolfpack with a 1-0 lead on this goal by Taig Healy. Our score at halftime, 1-0 NC State. Back with Brad Sweeney, I'm Andrew Sanders. On a cold, rainy night in Raleigh, thousands of fans have braved the elements to watch this 3rd round matchup, a rematch of a regular season October 30th 1-1 draw. Let's take a look at the left side of the bracket here. Furman advanced earlier today on PKs against Hofstra. Portland already through to the quarterfinals, as well as the Terrapins of Maryland. Will we see the ACC side Stanford or their old Pac-12 rival Washington? Akron just a little while ago, 2-0 over Duke to advance, and Georgetown already over High Point. So the winner of this match will travel to Georgetown and take on the Hoyas. NC State won there, ended Georgetown's season last year in the 2nd round. So you look at the bracket, there's been a lot of chaos, Brad, and this is what can happen in the postseason. It can be one goal here, one goal there, one mistake, one moment of brilliance can shake up the whole bracket. And you see 5 of the top 6 national seeds gone. Only Maryland remains.
Yeah, that's what makes the postseason so special, the NCAA tournament so special. I think you mentioned Maryland. They had a great 3-0 win today. Getting into the Elite 8 now. Obviously, that was a convincing win. But yeah, it's just so many great games to watch.
See the top 3 seeds gone. Number 2 gone. Thanks to UNCG. They won in Charlottesville against Virginia last round. Can they spring another upset? They'll need a goal in the 2nd half. NC State with a 1-0 lead at the break. One 0 the scoreline here in Raleigh. Taig Healy struck in the 6th minute. The difference in this one thus far. There was certainly more than just the one opportunity for Taig Healy. Let's take a look at the highlights, Brad. And it was all Wolfpack early, and it amounted to this goal from Healy.
Yeah, this was a really well-worked goal for NC State. You know, Lovelace was getting in behind. Great cut back there for Healy, and yeah, just great finish. Right time, right place.
Enzo Dail scored against the Wolfpack earlier this year, nearly created this chance for Magnus Kohler. This save from Logan Erb, a good one. Free kick by Davilo, that was on target as well. So UNCG really settled into this match as it went along, but certainly NC State had the majority of the possession and the chances in the first 45. It's a cold night here in Raleigh. We welcome you back to the press box of the Dail Soccer Stadium. Here with Brad Sweeney, I'm Andrew Sanders. We're bundled up, but it's a nice night to play, and it was a good first 45.
Yeah, great conditions, and it's been a great game. Yeah. NC State started really well, had a great start, but you saw UNC-Greensboro getting themselves into a bit of a rhythm there, just grew into the game, had a good 10-15-minute spell, but then you saw NC State towards the end just finding that momentum again. So it was a great battle to watch in the first half.
Yeah, indeed, and we'll see what the second half holds for these two sides. Again, top 10 scoring offenses. We might see another goal or two, or who knows. Late November postseason soccer here in Raleigh, and 15th seeded NC State with a 1-0 lead at the halftime break. Is the kind of night where you need a jacket, toboggan, and maybe a poncho. Cold, rain, but the crowd here has shown up in full force. The Red Terrors of NC State. UNCG has had a nice contingent travel as well. Make about the hour-and-a-half drive or so east. Here's a look at the first half stats, and yeah, NC State got the better of the shots, and I would say the better of the chances as well. UNCG defended the corners admirably, and that is something they're going to have to continue if they have a chance to come back in this match.
Yeah, set pieces were heavily spoken about in the build-up to the game, but UNCG just really well defending those, and not only the first ball, the second ball as well.
Both teams starting to make their way out of the halftime locker room. Logan Erb was forced into a couple of saves. It was Issa Haruna with the first shot, and then you saw the free kick taken on target from Enzo Davilo. This is an NC State team that, should be noted, did not concede a goal in the first 8 matches of the year. They were the last team in the country to concede a goal. So while UNCG has scored here this year, they have broken down this defense. It is one of the tougher defenses to break down. They will have to score at least one here in the second half. An NC State team that's more full force with Ibrahim Condé in the starting lineup next to Donovan Phillip after he missed 10 matches this year due to injury. Wolfpack has taken the field, so have the Spartans. UNCG made it to the quarterfinals in 2022. NC State hasn't been since 1992. And away we go with half number 2. Alongside Brad Sweeney, I'm Andrew Sanders. You heard from NC State head coach Mark Hubbard going into the locker room. Wanted them to be just a little better, a little more precise on those set pieces, he said, because the next goal is really important.
Yeah, you're just thinking back to NC State's last game against Marshall, just scored you're right at the very start of the game, but also right at the very beginning of the second half as well.
And already getting numbers forward. Here comes Heffis again. What a weapon this is for NC State. To the edge of the box. Heffis will use his right boot to cross it in. Corner kick. Well, this is the spot, right, that Riley Maloney put in his Olympico. There is some debate whether it counts as an Olympico if the goalkeeper touches it. I don't think he really cares. It's in the back of the net either way.
Yeah, he'll claim it. I think he got a little bit of help from the goalkeeper, so Christmas came early for Maloney.
I'll go short this time. Well executed. Boy, they set that up just the way they wanted. Training ground stuff from NC State, but McLean's shot goes well wide. Off a deflection, it'll be another corner. Trying to go short again. UNCG nearly countering. Conde commits the foul. He got the ball, got a bit of Trim Lindbergh as well.
Yeah, I think NC State were trying something different there with that quick free kick, but
yeah,
I think those will be the moments that, you know, Coach Hubbard will be talking about, just looking to be a little bit cleaner on set pieces and going forward.
Speaking of going forward, here's Kohler. Haruna with some space. Good decision by Logan Erb. Comes sliding out, take it away from Lindbergh. You said ideal conditions for the players, and I wouldn't argue with you, but I think for the goalkeepers, I don't know if they like this. This rain just persistent, and it has gotten heavier as this match has gone on.
Yeah, it's coming down now.
It makes the calculus just a little different for these goalkeepers. NC State starting the second half with Donovan Phillip on the bench. The forward pairing is Conde and DiFrancesco. Haruna again with space. This time he finds Davilo. Davilo driving at Maloney. Oh, he rings the bar. He nearly did it again. Scored a top 10 Sports Center goal last time they were here in late October. That could have been the equalizer.
Yeah, so unlucky. Was always wanted to cut back on his left foot because his left foot is just so dangerous. Great strike.
We saw NC State continuing to play on the near sideline, the right side, when they were attacking this end. And Haruna with distribution both left and right in the last couple of minutes. UNCG asking plenty of questions.
You know, in that good 10-15 minute spell UNCG had in the first half, Haruna was the center of it all. You know, he was getting on the ball, winning the ball, just spreading it, just building UNCG's attack, just finding his attacking players as well. He was at the heart of it.
Camilo Fritz. Ball sailed all the way through the NC State box. Talked about the NC State seniors. Longo, one of the many seniors on the UNCG side. Who's going to make a key play or two tonight? Star-studded sides. NC State had 6 players on the All-ACC teams, including 3 players of the year, offensive, defensive, and goalkeeper of the year in the league. Meanwhile, the Spartans had 9 on the all-conference team. Conde with a left foot won't trouble Wilson at all. But he's claiming that it took a deflection. Can't believe that this has been awarded goal kick. But that is the call.
Couldn't really tell there if there was a deflection.
There's that NC State press. Haruna goes careening into Caton, who let out a shout. Caton able to get to his feet, and thankfully he got that leg unplanted. It can be tough when you have that leg planted and you get some weight.
Couldn't really see it from up here, but I was interested to see how high the foot would be on that replay, but it looked pretty low.
Maloney with the drive to the back post, headed along. Good communication. Wilson calls off. Trim Lindbergh holds it with 2 hands. This will be a Wolfpack throw. Again, Teteva has been a prolific scorer, has been relatively quiet in this one, but it doesn't take he or Davilo much space, much time or opportunity to equalize this match.
Yeah, I'd say it's been a bit of a hectic start to their second half. Both teams just still trying to settle in. A lot of back and forth. Obviously, UNCG had that great chance with Davila cutting in on his left foot, but I think both teams will look to start to make a few more passes, just setting into the half a little bit better.
And we've played almost 10 minutes of this second half. Maloney frustrated. He made a run off screen up the near sideline, did not get the switch of play that he wanted. Conde continues to be frustrated. Tussling with Tabalosek here.
Yeah, I think it was a foul. And I think that's a couple of fouls that he's been involved in early on in the second half.
Conde, an attacker that they were really excited about at the start of the year, but making just his 7th start of the season tonight. He missed 10 matches due to injury in different spurts. Maloney came in for a tackle, but UNCG still with chances, and here comes a corner. Enzo Davilo, one of the nation's best. Top Drawer Soccer came out with their midseason top 100. Davilo came in at number 10. Number 1 is on the bench right now for NC State, Donovan Phillip. Header to the top of the box. The service gets through everybody, Lashikar and Longo. And a whole host of Wolfpack defenders, too.
Come on, get back down on our side of the field, Wolfpack.
His cross knocked down. It'll be a throw. See that again on a wet surface. That ball just skips through the whole crowd. Davila loses it. You mentioned, Davilo and Teteve. It should be noted that Julian de Bordelus is one of the best midfielders in the country. He was also on that midseason list at number 19. He did not play in the original meeting for UNCG, and with him being out, they're down one of the top playmakers in the country. Coach Rich saying, his team has just been so resilient. They've learned to attack really without him. Also said that he was questionable for this match. The number 10 was named first team all SoCon, despite the fact that he hadn't played since mid-October until he gave it a go off the bench at Furman in the SoCon title game. But has not played in the first, second, or to this point, third round. Coach Hubbard looking on as UNCG has had a fair bit of possession, especially in the last 5-10 minutes.
But I think that just speaks to the talent that is on show tonight for both sets of teams. Obviously, UNC-Greensboro missing such a key player, but they're still showing the depth they have in the squad, the talent that's on show, especially on the right-hand side with Davilo.
Again, they went toe-to-toe with NC State, drew in the regular season, went toe-to-toe with Virginia, drew. And then advancing over the Cavaliers in penalties. The Elite Eight in 2022. So while it is, a big upset and that number 2 goes down, really nobody's surprised that UNCG comes away with it. Is going to see a card given here. Well, I might have spoken too soon. Did ask for a stoppage. Dimitar Chavdarov, our referee tonight.
I think Hefes was looking for the foul on him earlier on in that play. Obviously not happy that it wasn't given.
So our referee did ask for time stoppage momentarily, no card shown. As we get deeper into this match, I know there's still half an hour left. DiFrancesco heads it down. We are starting to see the Spartans have more of the ball, though. If you're NC State, you don't want to take your foot off the gas, but you have to be committed to defending first with the second half lead.
Yeah, I just think NC State are struggling to keep the ball at the minute. I don't think you can see here they're doing a decent job pressing. Obviously, just lost that one there, but I think UNC-Greensboro just doing really well, just keeping the ball and just putting NC State under pressure, finding their attacking players like they do now.
Fritz Plays it on the ground.
We talked about the right-hand side for NC State in the first half, but a lot of UNC-Greensboro's success now is coming down their right-hand side as well.
Easy to overhit a pass on the ground on a night like tonight. McLean, instead of being off and running, had to slide just to keep it in. Space is opened up. Healy plays it quickly to DiFrancesco. There's the defending of Lashikar.
Again, NC State just struggling to keep the ball.
Davilo is onside. He was too patient. Oh my goodness. An open net. Davilo waited to get it on his left foot, and NC State with last-ditch defending. Riley Maloney gets the block.
He just took too long on the ball. He just wanted to come back on his left foot. Should have just took it on his right earlier on, but he gave Maloney time to recover.
Just when it looked like this match was as good as equalized. What an opportunity missed for the Spartans. I mean, I know you want to get this right, and right here, Davilo's got to be thinking, all right,
yeah,
easy
right
as you like, just stay calm. But to not take that with your right foot, Brad.
Yeah, in all fairness to Maloney, great block, great recovery, but he's got to take that early. He's got to take that with his right foot. He just took that extra touch to get back on his left and thought he had more time than he actually did just to come back on his left-hand side. He should have just slotted it home with his right foot.
It was a perfectly timed run. The pass was just fine. Coolly got by Logan Erb.
Yeah.
And that'll be one that if this scoreline stays the same, they'll be thinking about it.
Yeah, should be 1-1, but I mean that's how the half's going for UNC-Greensboro. They've been putting NC State under pressure, creating opportunities.
McLean. A little behind. Did not take a deflection. Going for Lovelace. So they get Donovan Phillip back in. Aiden Payne also in at Ford. So NC State making a couple of changes. Conde and DiFrancesco out. They play almost the first 20 minutes. And this will be the pairing for NC State the rest of the night.
Not surprised to see that change there for NC State. I think they've just been struggling to keep the ball, especially up top. So you're hoping Phillip and Payne can just secure the ball up there, just make a couple of passes.
Dangerous. Markovic stays strong. The ACC Defender of the Year. You see the pressure and the work rate from Teteva and Davilo. And a foul given here against NC State. But Brad, we talked about the importance of a second goal. And you bring in two new forwards, you're seeing it because UNCG has already hit the bar. They had an open net that you think Davilo would finish. It feels like it's only a matter of time that one of the nation's top scoring teams, UNCG, is going to find one.
Yeah, they're definitely starting to knock on the door. Should be 1-1, could also be 2-1. So it's no surprise that NC State made the change just to try and stop that attacking momentum for UNC-Greensboro. But if you're NC State, I think you just got to make a couple of passes, just calm down, just get the ball moving again like you were doing in the first half.
Well, you mentioned having trouble holding the ball, and when they have given it away in midfield, UNCG has looked very dangerous every time. It's felt like they have quickly turned that turnover into Davilo and company running at the back line.
Yeah, I mean, they've defended really well, and it's just the type of passes NC State are giving away. Just right in the middle of the field, just UNC-Greensboro just thriving off of it.
Fritz with the back heel to Dail. The ball had plenty of air under it and plenty of time for NC State to deal with it defensively. One of these two sides is going on to the quarterfinals, where the #7 national seed, Georgetown Hoyas, await the winner. Both NC State and UNCG at times this year, the class of their conferences, did not win the regular season nor the tournament, but could be one of the final 8. Lashikar gets it right against Payne. Well done, tight roping the sideline. Now they've got numbers, it's 3-on-2. Enzo Dail. Lindbergh with a heavy touch. And he just flies into Hefes. It's a couple of times that the freshman Lindbergh has let his touch evade him.
It just feels like Greensboro at the minute just have so much time and space in front of them going forward. You know, just breaking NC State's press. And at that moment there, it was 3 against 2. They had the extra man, Lindbergh, on the left-hand side. I think it could have been a better pass to him. But again, there was a heavy touch, and Hefes did really well to recover, but he had to because it was 3 against 2.
Yeah. Spartans with a much better second half than first half so far, but no goals to show for it just yet. And while there's plenty of time left in this match, clock not in their favor. And the Wolfpack has conceded just 7 times this year. Once to this man. Dail again running at Maloney. Got it back to his left foot, and Haruna puts it on frame. What a save from Logan Erb. Job not done, Teteva. That cross blocked, and Tommy clears to midfield. And the UNCG faithful behind Logan Erb, loving this second half performance. That'll be whistled. All right, Brad, maybe the best chance yet, other than the Dail open netter.
Yeah, it's this man again. Dail just does really well to cut it back, to find Haruna, and it does really well to just get his shot off. Great save from Erb there, but I think Maloney's having a hard time on this left-hand side for NC State, right-hand side for Greensboro. But you can just feel feel it in the stadium, feel it in the second half that this equaliser's coming for Greensboro.
Lindbergh coming out. McLean out as well. Santa Maria and Hernandez coming in. Davilo can't keep that one in. A couple of key subs. But in this win or go home match, the big star's not coming off the field, and you're going to be asked to play 90+ minutes tonight. Phillip took contact to the head, and that's why the play stoppage, player safety. They're asking for the NC State trainer on head-to-head contact. Adam Wesche out to check on Phillip. And knocks heads with Tebalosek. One of the nation's top players slowly getting up. Back to the 6th minute. NC State came out to a flying start. And nothing Wilson could do to stop Tay Keeley. NC State had a number of other chances just before and just after that as well. It was one-way traffic for a moment, but it has been UNCG here in this second stanza.
Yeah, it was all NC State for the first 20, 25 minutes of the first half of the game. They might be kicking themselves and didn't get that second goal earlier on in the first half, given where they're at now and just the way the momentum's changing and the game's shifting. But still 1-0 NC State.
You see Donovan Phillip there on the sidelines. He has come back on. Santa Maria wins it. Has not been often this year when NC State has had, especially on this field, a team attacking them at this rate. Not even in the loss to Virginia, where they played down a man for 82 minutes.
Yeah, it just looked a little bit uncomfortable in the second half. UNC-Greensboro just having so much time and space in front of them to run into. But I think this is, it's still 1-0, and I think having such a great goalkeeper with Verb in goal, really, he's coming up big for NC State right now. And if you really do have a great team, you need a great goalkeeper, and Herb showing that he is a great goalkeeper tonight.
They need a goal against a great goalkeeper. They'll call on the number 10, Julian Labordalus. We told you, has not played since conference championship match against Furman when he tried to give it a goal. That's his only appearance since October 14th until now. The first team All-SoCon attacker. 2 goals, 4 assists on the year, but again, he's missed so much time. He is one of the nation's top playmakers, and they call him on to put him in the middle of the park and look to create an equalizing goal for this team. Labordalus, a grad student from France. An impact transfer coming over from UMKC. And it's find a goal here, Brad, or season over. And they'll see if Labordelus can help them just go over the hump, because they've come so close several times to the equalizing goal in this second half. What's it going to take to get one past Logan Erb? Well, even the miscues for Davilo look dangerous.
Yeah, but I think Lovelace does really well there. Obviously tracking his own runner defending, but he also does a really good job of just helping Maloney, putting Davilo under some pressure.
The steady rain continues to fall here in Raleigh. Just a giveaway from Lashikar. Not on the same page. Can the Spartans find a goal? They've been tested in penalties twice and moved on. That is not a place NC State wants to be tonight.
No, and I think
they want to hold on to this clean sheet.
Yeah.
Trying to do something that has not been done here at NC State in 33 years. Play continues. Thought there was going to be a whistle. There was not. The aggressive UNCG press. NC State able to break out of it. Loads of space for Maloney. He's got running mates. He's got an overlap from Take Healy. The goal scorer, Healy, down in the box. There was contact, but no penalty given. Dimitar Shavdarov. Our referee. Hard to tell from those angles. And now a whistle against NC State, and this home faithful not pleased.
No, they're not happy with the referee at the minute.
Part of the home field advantage when you host in the third round. This pass just escapes Davilo. And UNCG trying to do it for the second time in 4 years. NC State, they haven't done it in Brad's lifetime. I was around in '92. I'm not saying I really remember much from it, but I was around.
Don't know if that makes me feel older or younger.
Again, it's always about taking the next step as a program. NC State had not been to this round since 1994 before last year. Well, here they are in this round and hosting. And with a second half lead, 12 minutes remaining. But most of the play has been UNCG's way. A second goal here would change a lot for NC State. Healy to the back post. Lovelace just out of his grasp. He'll chip it back in. Dangerous ball here. Payne knocks it down. Santa Maria finds Phillip. He scores! 17th of the season, none bigger. And the Pack has its second goal of the night.
And that's what your best players do, to come up big in the big games, in the big moments like this. Phillip just doing what he does best, back towards goal, just takes it a touch, get his shot off. He got his shot off so quick, so early. You know, really difficult for the goalkeeper. It was so close to his feet. You know, looking at that slow motion, you were saying the goalkeeper can do better, should have done better, but Phillip just got his shot off so early, so quickly. It's really difficult to save that.
And on a wet, rainy night in Raleigh. Again, the field conditions excellent, but the ball on the ground like that. Tough to stop. Wilson could not keep Phillip out of the back of the net. 2-0, and now this Spartan side that has been really on the front foot in the second half has a massive uphill climb.
Yeah, I don't think the game's over just quite yet. You've seen in the second half the quality and the talent that UNC-Greensboro have, especially on this right-hand side with Dail.
Well, you take out a center back in Samaila, and you bring on Pablo Torre, goal scorer. Dail with the right foot, his cross blocked. Things really opening up for Healy. Over the top to Phillip. The race is on. Donovan Phillip with the side netting. Well, it was tense moments. Spartans first forced Erb into some saves. Rung the bar. Phillip went out. Picked up a knock to the head. Back in. And scoring a second goal, nearly a third there.
Yeah, I think that's a risk you've got to take now for UNC-Greensboro. They've got to bring bodies forward, put bodies forward, and you're going to risk players like Phillip just getting in behind, but you've got to take those chances now in the last 10 minutes.
And I agree with you. There's enough time. They have enough offensive firepower. Again, this team came in as a top 10 scoring offense in the country with 45 goals on the year. They're capable, but they're going to have to go for it.
Yeah.
And why not? If you get it wrong and you end up losing 3-0, no difference. Season's over either way. You gotta pour it all out.
And if you're NC State now, you just got to manage the last 10 minutes, manage the game. You can see here they're just taking the time on this free kick.
Santa Maria with a good ball. There was that second goal that NC State was searching for, had some chances in the first half. It's finally Phillip in the 79th. Santa Maria just came on a few minutes ago. Fresh legs. It'll be a goal kick. Wilson will look to take it quickly. Patience from Heffis. And a foul on Fritz.
Just smart player from NC State, and yeah, ever since they scored the second goal, they've been playing so much better, and I think defensively Healy's been helping out, especially on this right-hand side with Dail. But Phillip just, so hard to defend against. Managing the game for NC State, just winning that foul, buying some time.
And UNCG does well to earn a quick throw here, but from that foul from Fritz to now, about a minute gone by. And the Spartans just cannot afford any wasted time.
Yeah, and that's all about NC State managing the game, just finding the corners. And I think it's going to be harder for UNC-Greensboro now because NC State, they're not risking anything. They're helping out defensively. They're not giving Dail any time and space anymore. You can see now you got 3 players just helping out defend against Dail, and he can't go anywhere. That's Aiden Payne tracking back as a forward, just helping out defend. He's not giving Dail any time and space.
What a weekend this is shaping up to be for the Wolfpack. Head coach Mark Hubbard was the Alpha Wolf starter of the game at Carter Finley Stadium. They got a big rivalry win, 42-19 over North Carolina. Now one night later, poised to make the NCAA quarterfinals. Under 5 minutes to play. Rain really coming down now. They play on. As it stands, Tague Healy with the game-winning goal in the 6th minute. NC State was at the bottom of the ACC. A couple of years ago, they hire Mark Hubbard. Year one, he takes them to this round, the round of 16. Ended up losing to eventual national runner-ups Marshall. Avenged that loss last round. Back-to-back round of 16 appearances. Under 3 minutes away from an NCAA tournament quarterfinal appearance. And a win there. They might have 10,000 Wolfpack fans in Cary for the College Cup.
There is 1 minute remaining in the second half. 1 minute.
The Wolfpack faithful here in full celebration. Under a minute to go. It'll be the 14th win of the season for NC State. Their first quarterfinal appearance since 1992.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Haley!
2, 1.
And the celebration is on. Mark Hubbard and NC State in year 2 on to the quarterfinals, where they will face Georgetown. The team they beat a season ago in the second round, that match to go to the College Cup. So it is set, Georgetown and NC State. When they hired Coach Hubbard, Brad, this is what they dreamed of. Another deep run into the tournament.
Yeah, and NC State played great today. First half, they were outstanding. Got a goal early on in the game. Second half, they had to dig deep. UNC-Greensboro came out on top. We're unfortunate not to get their equalizer, but I think that's what good teams do. They just find a way to win, and NC State did that tonight, and it was a really great performance for NC State.
Bryant St. Louis 2-2. They'll take on Akron. You see the emotion from the Red Terrors. The largest student-run supporter section, the student organization here at NC State. With Brad Sweeney, Andrew Sanders, Take Healy joins us. Take, congratulations. Take me through that 6-minute goal.
You know, we talked about all week in training, the ways we could break him down. Cutbacks, finding wide guys. Cal, brilliant job all half, just being his guy 1v1. Played a good slip ball to Drew, and you know, we like to find those intricate passes to each other across the box, and yeah, just sat out right nice for me around the penalty spot. I've been waiting that one for a while.
Caleb, Drew, yourself, 3 seniors combined on what ended up being the match-winning goal tonight. Your final time here as a senior on this field, what does it mean, this senior class, in this moment for you guys?
Yeah, special night. We talked about it before the game. Last home game for a lot of us, leave a good taste in the fans' mouth, make them want more. So, you know, special place to Dail. We value home games, and you know, now we've got one road game to do, and we're back in our territory, even though if it's not Dail. So just on to the next.
Tay, great win. You know, you had to dig deep here in the second half. You know, things were getting a little bit, you know, tight for Greensboro, looking for that equalizer. But we saw you helping out defensively. You know, what was going through your mind in that second half?
Just you kind of know the fighting last game at Dail. Like, I don't want that to be last game of my team, last day with, you know, I want another week of training. I want another game. I want to keep competing. And, you know, obviously it's not the strongest part of my game, but in times, you know, like that, they're piling some pressure on us. Had a couple dangerous chances, so we had to dig in as a team. And Big Goose found the second goal like he usually does.
Well, Tate, you're going to the NCAA quarterfinals. How does that sound?
Amazing, man. First time, you know, last couple of years, this round's got us. So, you know, me, Isaac, Hub, Zebra, Bush, we're all happy. This is what we've been working for our whole career, so we're ready for it.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
As Tate Keeley, 6-minute goal. Enough to put the Pack across the finish line tonight. Got a 79th minute goal from Donovan Phillip to really put it away. You heard from Tay Keeley. This was the round that got us the last couple of years, going back to his time at New Hampshire. But for NC State, going to the quarterfinals for the first time since 1992. What a win and what a season for UNCG. That'll do it for our broadcast here in Raleigh. What a match it was. 2-0 to the Wolfpack. For Brad Sweeney, I'm Andrew Sanders, our fantastic crew. Good night, everybody. It's been a presentation of ESPN.